clear. Monks, gotta, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up. Need that, get that, back up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, back up. Bro wants to ice on his wrist, bro wants to turn to a freezer. There's no doubt with your girl, I was with her, went to meet her. Rack up, rack up, backs, rack up, backs, rack up, ayy. Need that, get that, rack up, rack up. Look at the flare, look over there. That is a man, it's me and my guys. You can't compare. Name me a time you ain't ran up a check. That's very rare. They will hate and no, I cannot care.
What's going on, family? This your girl, Ami.
Michelle URL here.
Welcome back, you all, to After 2 a.m. Of course, thank y'all for tuning back in. What we talking about today?
And you know, before we get...
Bro, I think I do that every time.
Every time.
And then every time she does the same act, like reply, like, you know, before we get into...
I want to real quick, again, we just love all the feedback that we get from y'all. I want to read one of our iTunes reviews. Tiny Sue, shout out to Tiny Sue. I love that you all are talking about content that is relevant and important. As a woman of color, I find it very important for these topics to be spoken about. I enjoy listening every week because I'm learning along the way about the LGBTQIA community, especially since I have been open and proud.
Really?
Hell yeah. Love that it's double platform, YouTube plus podcast, inclusive for both visual and auditory learners. I think this is just the beginning to greatness, and I can't wait to see it flourish. So,
Man,
yeah.
you know, like, thank you for that. Like, you know what, we might have to meet up with you. We might have to meet you, meet you in person, like, and to show you appreciation for that. That was a dope review. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This definitely encouraged me. This put a boost in my step.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Glad that you're enjoying it, and we're not just speaking nonsense.
We're actually making
Someone
sense.
understands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoot up, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing? Trying to go to sleep, take naps, and goddamn.
Right.
I know it's after 2 a.m., but shoot, you can stay up a little bit more and talk to your homies right now.
And also, again, thanks to Let's Be Friends Fort Worth. They had some awesome words to say about our podcast. We appreciate that.
Thank you guys.
We had some feedback on the New York versus LA Pride.
Oh,
and
okay.
We had 2 people say LA and 2 people say New York.
Someone
Said New Orleans.
Somebody said New Orleans.
Now that sounds.
That do kind of sound fire.
Yeah.
That does kind of like,
whoa.
it's like,
When is that?
yeah, we're going to have to find that one out.
I think that was a couple weeks ago. I think that
Are you
was like
kidding?
a couple
We gotta do it
weeks
next
ago.
year.
Yeah.
We got too
that'll
many
be
to go to
lit.
next year.
Man, pride around.
We have
the
to really
world.
plan it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, that's crazy. You know, I'm glad you took a poll.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all listened, because I was like, you know what? I want to hear what people got to say.
Yeah.
Mine was in New York. You ever heard talking about LA, even though you never been? But, like,
She was like, nah, the weather, the females.
You know what I'm saying?
LA, nah, man.
LA was awesome though, but I love New York. I haven't been to the Pride, but
Yeah.
I definitely think you should experience both. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I've
It'll
been
happen.
told that
It'll
it's
happen.
like from people that I know that have been to both. It's like comparing kind of apples to oranges. It's kind of a different vibe. Like,
It is.
Literally.
yeah.
New York apples, California oranges.
Wow.
Bars. Hey. I didn't know your mind ran that deep.
Yeah, bro.
God, I'm on like no sleep right now. I don't even know how I made that connection.
The way she turned around and looked at me, I was like,
Bro.
hey man, have you been
Like,
eating
that is dope as hell.
Yeah, no, but exactly,
Oh,
just
man.
like that, basically. Apple juice and orange juice.
apples and oranges.
Man, okay. Well,
So yeah, get at him.
okay, well, we
And you, so you tell us what the topic is today. What are we talking about?
you know what? You know what? But what I definitely want to talk about, what's been on my mind, this social media addiction going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get past it? Like, I think I'm starting to get the itch, like, a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's something about it, like, everybody depending on these likes for security reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that. I mean, but also with the social media addiction, it's just about, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like it's a necessity now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a necessity, but it's also bad for you. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. There's like a fine line, I guess, because I was listening to another podcast, and they were kind of explaining how getting likes and followers and things of that nature, it's almost like being in a casino. You know, trying to hit a jackpot, you know, seeing numbers rise and stuff like that. And
big facts.
Yeah.
It's like, man, hold on. This one might be the one, bro.
Yeah, and another podcast that I think some of us listen to, they were saying that it's called the dopamine loop, where, because your body produces dopamine or something like that.
Yeah.
And it gives you sort of a high when you get those likes and stuff like that.
It's crazy.
But at the same time, like you're saying, social media in today's world is kind of necessary in the sense of if you're trying to grow a brand, you know, if you're trying to network.
Yeah.
You have to have a Facebook. You have to have an Instagram.
You have to have a LinkedIn account. Like,
you gotta be in touch with what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And social media is that link to the world.
Yeah.
You know, like at all times, you know what's happening. Like when I'm not on my phone and I'm not like on the internet, I feel like so left out.
Yeah, you're like, dang, what's going on? And even sometimes with news, like some people get their news from social media.
Yeah.
Like
Which
it's that
is
serious
a hit or
now.
miss, which is a hit or miss.
Yeah,
now.
like you never know what's real. Like the internet is like one of those things. It's like the rabbit hole. Like, you can fall into the deep end, and like not everything that you get from, not every source is the source that you need to get that information from.
That's true. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, bro, I just read the other day, like, Instagram, I believe, just got its 1 billion, like, accounts now. Do you know how much that's a lot?
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
1 billion on one platform. Like, that's how much social media has done to society.
Yeah, I mean, think about people who don't get compliments from, like, maybe their spouses or their peers, but they post a picture on Facebook or Instagram, or they are on Snapchat.
Right.
Like, and the thing is, you can, like, that does so much for your ego.
Yeah.
You know, in that moment, like, you get that attention that you're seeking. Like, nobody in the office is attracted to you. Well, let me just post something.
Yeah.
And then you get likes, and you're like, oh, I feel better.
I get that attention instantly. It's like a hit.
But it's like what you said. What happens when you don't have that? What happens when you're away from your phone, this, that, and the other?
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, because I was listening to something else, and they were saying how in the Z, is it the Z generation? Okay, yeah.
Generation
how
Z.
there's kind of a growing depression involving social media and, like, the use of social media and technology and stuff like that. And so, I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, social media connects us all in ways that we could never imagine. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
We can have information just like that. We know what's going on in Japan. We know what's going on over here. But at the same time, it's like, what happens to that human one-on-one connection? Are we able to maintain that? What's going to happen in 10, 20, 30, 50 years?
Yeah, that's some scary stuff.
And the thing is, it's not us. You know, it's not people who didn't grow up. It's the babies that you see with iPads. Like, I'll go to a restaurant and the babies are like, I'm like, where? Like, you see the little seats that they sit in, and it's like they're just so occupied by a cell phone or iPad, which is crazy. Like, the adults are talking, but the children are sitting there engaged, and it can be multiple children. They all got their own little little phone or iPad. Yeah, exactly. And so they're like engaged. Like, we used to play.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to like
going outside.
You to go outside and play for
human
hours.
interaction.
Like we came up on the end of the, like, you know,
the internet. Like, once the internet really hit. Like,
we were like kind of on the end of it, because I do remember as like being outside actually playing for hours, like, as a kid, versus I've never, like, I think it is a Z generation that is coming up with technology. Like, we miss that, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like our mindset's totally different. Cause can you imagine being like how their mind is? Like,
oh, of course, because you think about it now, like they're coding in like probably elementary school. Like they're teaching them how to code,
bro.
Like that was like a thing. Like that wasn't a thing. Like even the like the computer classes I took in high school, it was so basic. They were trying to teach us how to use Microsoft Office. It's like, and like for so many years we're doing that same thing, or they'll like start teaching us how to make spreadsheets, you know, like something so basic where these kids are like in the 5th grade and they know how to build a whole website.
Bro, that's crazy.
And this might be off topic, but do you know that they're not even teaching cursive anymore?
I was wondering when
teaching?
That was gonna go out.
What are they teaching?
I don't know. I guess it's just
like
what is it? Print? Is that
just print?
Yeah, that's basically all you need.
See, I bet but it's like, well, I still do write. Yeah. I'm like, do I write? Do I even write?
You write print?
Yeah, I write print. The only thing
I don't write,
girl, I be typing, but that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's crazy to think that they're not teaching cursive anymore. The only time I use cursive is when I'm doing my signature, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not writing a letter in cursive.
Yeah,
I do. You saying like it's a bad thing, I think. I'm not writing a letter.
Well, she was like, "You write print? You're a print writer?"
Yeah, but I was. Man, I ain't saying it like that. I was just asking a question. I was like, "Oh, you were in print?" Like I forgot what she wrote in.
But it's crazy because cursive is like an art form, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that's dying. Like that's something that's gonna be like
it's weird.
How they're
gonna sign their sign stuff?
Yeah.
Like what is?
Oh, they're not worried about that. They got technology. They could do it through.
Yeah, you can, because when you pay for something and you swipe your card and they have the little iPad, you just.
You don't even, some people, I see some people just like draw shapes or something.
Yeah,
like,
I do that.
The hell?
You don't even have to really sign your name on that shit. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a blessing and a curse. It's this technology, the internet, social media.
It depends on the hands that it's in. And that's the scary part. It's like being able to get a gun. You know, anybody can go get one, you know? And just like going back to the social media addiction and just like the likes and stuff like that, somebody who's insecure and really, I don't know, like just not in a good place. Social media is a terrible thing. You know, it's like one of those things you go and you post something, and if you don't get the amount of likes you thought you should have gotten, that could make you even more depressed and even more sad. And now you're even more addicted to that because it's like, why aren't people liking my pictures? Why isn't my profile cool? Like, I'll see people's profiles, like the bio will be like, well, I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say right here. I know I'm supposed to say something cool, but I don't really know. I'm bad at these things. Like captions, like people are sitting there really like after you take the picture, they're like, hey, I need a good caption. Why, bro? Just post a picture. We're just like super.
We're engaged, but in a like failing way, if you get what I mean. Like it's like falling, it's like in the wrong direction type of engaged, rather than being the positive engaged. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But part of me wonders is like, is it really that bad? No. Like, do we have this perspective on social media and technology because we've lived in a time where it wasn't present, and so we have a greater appreciation of what life was before it, and that's why we have this viewpoint on social media and technology. But well, I don't know, like in 10, 20 years, I mean, because I'm sure they might have felt this way
about the telephone.
Yeah, when the telephone was invented. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
We're not seeing birds no more?
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, same with the car.
Yeah.
You know,
no, the car is not bad for you.
No, I hope that I don't know anybody who's like, these chariots, I'm still using them. These horses.
But you gotta think at that time,
you just saying getting over the hump of something new.
Of course, it's always gonna be those people that are like, no, the fear of the unknown is like, and I think it's a little bit of what you're saying. Both, it's like maybe we are still like dabbling in that nostalgia of like just having that human interaction and like going outside and playing and stuff like that. Like sitting inside and playing the game would have only lasted for like maybe an hour or two. You know, if there are kids outside for me to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically saying, like, is it that bad in a sense because we grew up in a different era, right?
Yeah, like, is it really that bad? You know?
This is something I go by. I go by balance. Mm-hmm. So if you think about this whole scenario of social media, do you not believe that we should have a balance as far as maybe how much time we're spending on there versus how much time we're actually maybe 50% on there, for the other 50% actually networking face to face with people, having that like human interaction. Like I think life is a balance. So it's like if you're on social media too much, yeah, it's gonna be bad. And if you're on social media not enough, in a sense, if you have a brand or a business, obviously you're gonna see that you might not have as much as an impact.
So, in response to that, what about before technology? What was the balance then? Before technology?
I mean, I think the balance. I mean, all they did was as far as conversing.
Well, see, what my point is like, you're saying there needs to be a balance right now between, you know, one-on-one, face-to-face communication versus social media, right? But what about before social media? What was the balance then? What was the balance before technology? People only converse face-to-face. But in that same way, 50 years from now, or it's probably going to be longer than that, but what happens when we don't have that face-to-face anymore? What if it's all purely social media?
See, I don't think that'll ever happen.
But
really,
human interaction is, and that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's the balance. Like when you were saying, what's the balance? It's like the inevitable of having to go to work. You know, like I don't think, maybe 100 years from now, maybe 50 years from now, you might go into work or you might be working from home. But I just think some things you just have to be around other people for. Like going to the grocery store, like maybe you don't have to go shopping. Like there are, like Amazon is setting it up where they can just bring it to you and you get your groceries. But some things you do have to go get yourself.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I really pay attention to movies, right? Yeah. Like iRobot, and there was another one that was really good where basically people were living in their homes, like attached, and they were controlling these robots who were supposed to be their bodies in the outside world, but really they were inside in their homes. But like this shit.
No, I know.
Impossible.
No, and it makes a lot of sense because think about like you got Uber Eats, you got what else is something that like people working from home. There are a lot of ways where people don't have to leave their home, like even the shopping.
And it's progressive. In my opinion, it's progressively going to get that way. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing because I think there's just so much that you can learn from being, you know what I'm saying?
You don't miss out on the human interaction, but the physical aspect of it, yeah, you do miss out on that. And I agree with you there. But would that bring down the crime rate? Some people need to stay at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all niggas just need to wait for.
So y'all just talking about a whole world of being built around technology, which I know that's what we're going towards. But bro, that's scary to me. Like I am a nature type person. Like I want to still be able to go outside and breathe fresh air, like and look at the trees and stuff like that. But to answer your question, you was like, well, how? You know, what about like, is it bad, or you know, of that nature, like of your question? But for me, it's like, and then you asked about the future. The thing is, I can't speak about the future. I'm not in it yet. I can't speak about the past. Like, cause you was like, well, what about when it was just the phones and they were scared or whatever the case was, you know, of the change. But I can't speak on that either. I wasn't born in that era. My sole conclusion or opinion is coming from me being from my experience as a spirit on this earth, looking at how technology is both beneficial and also, you know, a negative thing. So that's all I can speak from.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I get your point. You're like, well, what about this or that? Which are good questions to ask. But it's like, dude, I wish I could answer it, but I'm not 50. I'm not 50 years plus seeing how it will be. You know what I'm saying? I would be curious to know too. Like, even with the whole thing though, we are going towards like those movies where they be like the robots.
Yeah,
that stuff already exists. Like, I know you were saying it's possible. I was laughing because, not because you said that. I was laughing because, bro, it's already done. They already have that somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why they're able to show it on a whole movie. The stuff in the movies be telling stuff. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It do. The whole robots, even like in Avatar, where you got like them, they have a whole thing in their hand. It's like a computer, but it's clear. Y'all remember that?
I never saw it.
Well, I'm sure that's done. Like, do you know how long they had cell phones available before they actually released it to us citizens? Civilians.
Of course,
like,
the prototypes that you play around with for a while.
So,
like, there's cars that like can fly.
Yeah, it is though.
But we don't need that. That's the thing, and I feel like technology progresses with us. You know, like, I'm sure that they're totally capable of getting cars in the air. We got planes, we got spaceships.
Yeah.
But us as a people, we're not ready for that. Like, we can't even drive right. Like, we got road rage and shit. Just imagine.
They're getting closer to it.
But, I mean, that's the whole thing about technology, though. You won't have to do anything. Like, with artificial intelligence, with AI, like, we're going to be living in a world that is completely automated. You know, they're already talking about having cars. Like, you don't have self-driving cars.
But I don't trust it. I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't trust it either.
No, go ahead.
What is it? I can't even think right now. With your car, it's like, you put it on,
autopilot or...
Yeah, exactly.
Is it automatic?
No, not autopilot.
That's what I was thinking. But I know autopilot. Cruise control. Exactly.
We were both there. It was like, wait a minute, it's something.
When you put it on cruise control, I would like do it for a little bit, but I would never go to sleep. Like, I could never be comfortable enough just to let my car drive itself. Because even with iRobot, the if I'm thinking about that, like, didn't the robot, like, they could have saved someone in the movie and they didn't, or it was like, and their way of thinking is just different than a human's. You know, they think logically, which is like, just thinking that, just knowing that, I just couldn't be sleep. I'd rather somebody who drives reckless drive than and go to sleep than just like letting
that thing.
You say that now though,
but see, just knowing that troubleshooting, like, think about when shit malfunctions. And it happens all the time. Like, this is the thing. Computers are helpful and they're very smart, but they do malfunction.
Yeah.
Because they're not perfect.
Exactly. So, I would trust it.
The creators that created it aren't perfect. Like, we aren't perfect. So
I mean, your lights go out sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, everything that's like, your water may not work, and everything has its technical difficulty. So, like, I think that to a degree it'll take over, but I don't feel like it will be to a point, like, unless you can just debug things. Because if we're living that way, like, our whole life can be shut down, like the currency, everything, if this stuff stops working,
right?
And then
that's the downside of it too.
That's our life support. So I mean, I feel like it's totally one thing that's gonna happen, but I think it's 1,000 years from now, just because of us as a people, we're not mature enough for that. We really can't even handle this. We talking about social media addictions. Like, we are addicted to Instagram, my nigga. We can't even handle Instagram and Snapchat.
But I mean, that's why those cars are gonna come, is because we're too busy trying to see who just liked our pic, and before you know it, we in a fucking accident.
You right about that.
I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, and I know we kind of derailed off topic, but you say it's 1,000 years, bro. I think it's gonna be a lot sooner than that.
Yeah, I think it's 1,000 years was an over-exaggeration.
Yeah, I know it's an exaggeration, but no, I think it's gonna be a lot sooner than what we even think.
What you think?
Because, well, they're saying car ownership is going to be a thing of the past. I can't remember
What do you mean car ownership?
Like that's gonna be whack.
Yeah.
Within a matter of years.
So you supposed to just do what with cars?
Lease them?
Well, no, but because of self-driving cars, like, for instance, like Uber and Lyft, right?
Yeah.
They're saying that's the future. Like, why buy a car when you can get a Uber or a Lyft?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't have to worry about those repairs.
Yeah. And
no, but
but it's just kind of scary to me. Now the thing with the driving car, you don't have to worry about that creepy Lyft driver, that Uber driver when they drop you off trying to come upstairs with you. You know what I'm saying? So I could see how people could totally want to do that.
Just imagine pulling up an app on your phone, pressing a button, and having a self-driving car come up to your crib and take you wherever you want. That's gonna be the future.
I mean, that sounds dope until it messes up. Like, you have a Tesla?
Yeah, Tesla, yeah.
Tesla just had an auto, like, a car that was self-driving, and it crashed.
I mean, but at the same time, that can happen in this car. My fucking wheel can pop off. My engine can fall. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
But you have more of a control of the car.
Yeah,
the car,
I get that.
Like, technology will start thinking for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's, like, kind of scary.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, how are we going to create technology and it control us in the end? Like, that makes no sense. But it's doing it. Like little keys.
Yeah, because, I mean, we addicted to everything that happens on our phone. Like, especially with iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, it's creating so many different things that I can't, like, even with the recording, like, being able to record what's happening on your screen. Like, it just opened up so many possibilities.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
it really did.
You can't screenshot the picture, but you can record that bitch. You can record, and they don't even know. You can record those DMs.
I didn't think about that.
I didn't either till just now. Please don't do that. Don't start being a hoe.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's lame. But,
well, y'all, I think we're going to be back. We're gonna go on a little break.
Yeah. We're gonna take a little break real quick.
We're gonna take a little breather. This is getting juicy right now.
All right then. I'll be back. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Michelle URL, and thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just search After 2 a.m. Hit us on Instagram at It's After 2 a.m. and keep rocking with us. All right, peace.
all right, so we're back. And we're talking about social media and, basically
the problems that come with it, goddamn. And the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So you all can definitely let us know what you all think about social media addiction. Do you think it's a thing? You think we're just making this stuff up? We'd definitely like to hear from you all about that. So
yeah, and can I make one suggestion real quick on that? Again, from another podcast that I listened to, they suggested turn off your notifications from your social media. So that's something I do. I don't have my Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, me neither.
Tinder, like all that stuff. I have no notifications on. So if I want to see what's going on, I have to actively go into it.
Look and check on it.
Yeah, and it is a little bit more peaceful and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I try not to wake up and get on.
Look right at your phone.
Yeah, because I have like notifications, like literal everything. The Daily Mail, like everything. So it's like so hard not to get consumed, but that helps because social media can affect your day.
It really can.
Like if you get on social media and somebody graduated from Harvard and they got like a great life, they pull up in a brand new whip. Like every other picture is like, I don't know,
right?
Like they're flexing,
dope as hell.
And you're not feeling the best that day.
Yeah,
you're gonna go crazy. Like
that will definitely make you feel away. It's not like I'm not happy for them or like I'm hating, but it's like, damn,
wish I had it.
Yeah, I'm self-evaluating now. I'm like, damn.
I'm telling you, man, you got those people that fly to the Dominican Republic for one night just to get some decent pictures and to say, oh, we're located in Dominican Republic, just so they can show off. Like, bro, you probably was there for like 2 hours, and then you left or something.
Damn, that's crazy. So many people like just be out here
doing stuff
all the time. It's like, damn, every weekend you got somewhere to go. Think about it, a social butterfly.
Every weekend you got somewhere to go. That's hilarious. But even the whole saying, whenever you hear people say this, you already know what's going down. World star. You already know what's going down. You like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like you looking around already because you expecting somebody to be recording on their phone, or the situation you expect it to be something crazy. Like social media has done that too. Like
it's so crazy. The dude who died, XXX.
Yeah.
Like I was I saw that he had passed away, and I like clicked on the hashtag, and it was like people, like clips from people's Snapchat of him like laying there, just in his car, like them checking his pulse, like where he got shot at, like them opening the door and checking his pulse.
Somebody recorded it?
Yeah, like he looks dead.
How is that possible?
Because there was people, he was coming out of a dealership, so he was outside, and so there are people in the area, like there's other places. So I mean, I'm sure when they saw, like they heard the commotion, he got shot. So people ran outside, and everybody got a phone, everybody got a Snapchat. But it was just so crazy how that kind of dehumanizes us. Like, you just gonna record this guy?
You record him getting shot up right now?
Like, he looked dead. It looks like, and then just imagine as a family member hopping on social media and then seeing that.
It's crazy, man.
You have no privacy at all.
So how do we start to like become self-improve with this, insecurities that come along with social media addiction, like the depression? Like, what do we need to do? What do you think the balance is,
See, for me, I think what gets me more is just more of like worldly things that are happening, like the news, America, and just all the bullshit that's going on. It's just a lot, so you have that on top of having to go to work, right, on top of having to pay bills, and it's just like shit is just fucking,
it's hard, man,
chaos out here. It really is.
That's the catch-22
bro, that's what I'm saying.
That's the catch-22 of the situation, because we use social media to also escape from reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like false realities.
True.
It's like virtual. Like, you can go to people's stuff and you can get in their business or whatever the case may be. You can look at their pictures and it looks like they live a great life.
And I'm guilty of that. Like, I go to Tumblr when I'm just enjoying myself, and I might just look at beautiful beaches or places that people go to that can afford $1 million a night type of that stuff makes me feel even good looking at it. So I can imagine like somebody that looks at it in a negative way, like to get jealous and want to like come rob you or something. Like, that stuff happen too. Like,
yeah, for sure. Like,
but even I do it. But I be living through social media, so it's like, that's what I'm saying. The catch-22 of it. You're like, dang, it's good for us, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's just about the environment you create. Like, I try to follow things that have like positive messages, like every day, or like
positive
colors.
Images and stuff like that.
Yeah, positive images,
colors,
like different things, health tips, like just profiles that will be more beneficial than anything, instead of like IG models. It's like,
even though you IG models do be looking good,
man.
But that's one thing on that. It's like sometimes you can't always control what is thrown into your face.
Oh yeah, especially now.
Yeah. And I haven't been on Facebook. I rarely get on Facebook, but I remember being on Facebook and just like having so much in that feed. I feel like Instagram, you can kind of customize it more.
Yeah.
Unless you go to like the discovery page or something like that.
That's the most annoying page, bro.
Discovery page.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. Well, it kind of like, it's an algorithm that something you probably looked up before.
That's with your whole phone now. Like, I will be in, like, I'll get
bro,
newsletters.
It's on Facebook too. Like, do you know Facebook got like loads of keys, like record certain things, so where, like, when you go, you ever notice to where when you go to Facebook, you might see an ad and it's like, dang, I did say something about rings.
Yeah,
they showed me rings.
Yeah,
like, what the? You recording me?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how much privacy do we actually have?
Yeah.
Like we don't have no privacy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's a good thing, but bad thing. Catch-22.
Yeah. But on that privacy stuff, real quickly, I don't want to get off derailed too much, but there are podcasts and things like that out there, and they tell you how you can slowly start to get off the grid in ways and like create aliases and like all this kind of stuff to help protect your privacy, because honestly we have a lot less privacy than what we think right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, it's crazy, like how Facebook and Instagram, because doesn't Facebook own Instagram?
Yes.
Or something like so like all this shit is connected, and you're just getting ads thrown at you and just all this content thrown at you.
And the government just know where you are at all times. Think about how everybody be checking in.
Checking in, the Snapchat.
You know what I'm saying? They know where you are. They know location. They know what you look like.
iPhone.
You know, just
find my
something
iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, Snapchat, Instagram, all that facial recognition.
Yeah,
shit, and,
like.
I mean, it's crazy out here, y'all. Like,
yeah, man. It's like it's mad crazy. But
I mean, have we even answered the question though yet? Like,
Right.
how do we
did y'all
stay up?
How do
Like-
we stay up in this? Like, you know the question, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I was like, I don't know how I said it before.
I mean, for me, it's just like, just keeping my mental safe, and not staying on social media as much. And when I do, trying to look at more positive things, like positive messages or like art. Like, I love art, you know? Like, I'll just things that make me feel good, not necessarily niggas stunting on the gram. Stunting for the gram, you know?
Right.
And Snapchat, I've kind of weaned myself off of Snapchat. I'm not really on it like that anymore.
I don't have Snapchat at all, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you escape that phase?
Just never fell for it.
Wow.
Barely get on Facebook.
Yeah, nah, Facebook's for the old people.
Now I'll get on Instagram, and that's how I get on Tumblr. But I'm not even a member on Tumblr. I just get on there.
Oh, wow.
Instagram I'm a member of, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to perfect being on that. Like, you know, I'm bad. She be teasing me. Like, I'm bad at posting stuff. Like, I don't know. I kind of weaned myself out that a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, like Facebook was my thing at first, but it's like after a while, just get disconnected with it. Like, you can, because you start, especially when you are a conscious person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You start thinking about that. So you're like, dang, I'm on here too much. Why do I care how many likes I get? You know what I'm saying? So, but I do agree. I think it's great one of the ways to get out of it is, and to get past the addiction part of it and the insecurity part is just to, you know, looking at positive images, being around positive people too. Like, I still think that interaction physically is needed.
Yeah.
Like, having that too. You know how some people work remotely, yes, but you have some people that they actually did a study of people that work in an office actually like either perform 20% better because it does heighten your mood because you go off energy. Yeah, all of us are just energies.
Yeah,
like that's all we are. You know, this body is a shell. We actually connect spiritually on stuff. So, you know, social media kind of take that away a little bit.
Most definitely.
You know. But then it can also add if you happen to meet somebody through social media. Like, it's just weird.
That's a whole nother topic. We have to touch on that another time.
Should we date from online? You know, our parents. How did you meet this person? We met online. What? No. You don't meet online. You know how dramatic that is.
Yeah, like, it's weird to tell somebody that you met on Tinder. They don't take you serious. They don't take your relationship.
I think people are starting to, though.
Yeah, no, I think it's like a legit.
Because people are meeting now Christian Mingle and stuff like
Black
that.
China and oh boy,
they met on Christian Mingle.
No, he said that.
Christian Mingle.
Shut up, man. What's in this?
It was coffee.
Oh, okay.
Well, tea. Green tea
like
latte.
Yeah, it looked like green stuff. I was like,
green tea latte.
I feel like talking to y'all is such a helpful thing too. Like, having a conversation with y'all, because you guys are creative people. And it's like one thing for a lot of people that are creative, or just not even, like, if you play basketball and that's your passion and everybody around you doesn't play basketball, there's no way they can really relate. Like you said earlier, if you being you and me being me, you can't really just identify completely. Right. And sometimes you need to be around those people that play basketball, you know, to protect your mental, to keep you encouraged, to keep
you sane.
Exactly. You know, sometimes people, like, if you're creative, a lot of people don't typically understand where you're coming from. When you have an idea or when you're talking about something, they don't get it. Like, your style, the way you dress, like, people
you hang out with, people you date. I mean, they can go all over the place.
They're like looking at you crazy, like, what is this? But I mean, just keeping people around you that keep you inspired and, you know, encourage you to be the best you. Like, and it's not like they criticizing you to talk down.
Amen, bro.
But
look, I'm at the cat. Shut up, like, start the cast. You know, hot heat waves.
I appreciate that, Saints.
But I kind of thought of one of the saying is you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around the most, and I feel like and basically what that means, if you're hanging around a bunch of negative people, most likely you're gonna start to feel negative. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that can also apply to social media as well. Of course, that's a larger group of people, but if we're I'm on social media more than I talk to y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's important that you even monitor the accounts that you follow and the content that you follow, because that is affecting you.
Yeah.
So, like, with me, I have a bunch of inspirational Instagrams that I follow, because that's the type of energy that I want in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something to be mindful of. If you see something on your timeline and you're not about it, then get that shit off your timeline.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all preaching today. Like, what's going on right now? Like,
do y'all have any accounts that are really good, like, for positivity and stuff like that? Whether it be like food.
I forgot that dude's name. He's a coach. I don't know. Y'all probably seen him. He's a black guy, and he kind of yells, but it's yelling out of like influential.
Yeah.
Like, you can do anything. You know, like, I don't know. Like, you can do anything. You put your mind into it. And he said some deep stuff, and then it's combination. He be blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But I follow him.
What's his name?
Yeah, if you
That's what I got the name. Look, that's what I said.
Follow him.
Yeah.
I don't know the dude's name.
It might. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. But that dude is cool because he's definitely got like his videos be like 10 minutes. But it's not just it's the visuals and him speaking, and it just motivates you. Like Loads of Keys. Like I like to even listen to certain music that motivates me. Like music, art, people. Like it's a whole combination on how to get past like feeling depressed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like EDM music. I love EDM music. Like that stuff. Dun, 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 like, believe me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, she started herself. She's like, oh shit. Well, I'm just saying, it make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's how I feel about classical music.
Classical music.
You be bumping that classical.
Bro, it has me like, that's like my zen. Like, I can just release. Like, when I'm having a bad week, I can't listen to rap. I can't listen to anything where there's really lyrics, R&B, none of that, because it kind of puts me in a mood. You know, if I listen to R&B, I might start thinking about having sex.
I'm in that sexy mood. Don't play R&B around me.
I'm gothic now. I'm emo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, when I listen to classical music, it kind of just allows me to just free my thoughts. You know?
Just be.
Yeah. It's like my mind isn't all over the place. I could just kind of, like, really think things out. I think that's when I have the best conversations with myself. Like I smoke, listen to some classical music, and I'm like good after that. Like
yeah, man, classical music be on point, especially for our creatives, I believe.
Yeah,
because it does clear your mind. It's like a type of meditation, and so you're able to like maybe come up with ideas. You like, dang, I didn't see this clearly before, but now I see this. Like I know me myself, I'm going through writer's block right now, so I might need to actually like listen to some classical music and meditate and you know, do yoga, whatever, to like get my body and my energy right, bro. Like this writer's block been horrible.
Go get you a massage.
A massage.
You know what I'm saying?
A massage.
What
a happy ending. No, you trying to make me
a high massage.
I might have to do that really because it's crazy. It sucks, but you know what I'm saying. I'm glad we talk on here instead of write.
Yeah.
So I'll be in some trouble. Y'all be like, Amber, you ready to work?
We all be in some trouble.
No, I'm not ready to work.
For real, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, was there anything else y'all want to talk about tonight? Like,
what you got, Shamel? Anything?
Look, you don't got nothing.
I'm wheezing over here. Nah, man. But if y'all have some, like, inspirational, positive profiles.
Oh yes, for sure. Yeah, drop that for sure. If y'all have any influential profiles that we can follow on Instagram or just even other platforms, please do let us know. I cannot talk today.
It's all good. Let us know.
Please.
Waiting. James Baldwin too. He says a lot of like. Just look up some of his old interviews. He says a lot of really positive, thought-provoking things. So I can't think of any IG accounts right now off the top of my head.
You can send it to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the comments.
And I follow a lot of entrepreneur type Instagrams, and they're always posting like just hella inspirational stuff. Like if I'm feeling lazy and I scroll by and they're like, "Get off your ass," like that's a post or something.
Right.
You know, so like that type of stuff. So if you're needing that type of motivation, I got a hell a lot of Instagram profiles.
Shoot, I might need some. You might need to drop that in the after 2 a.m. group chat. Like,
yeah.
I might need that my day self.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll post some of that. So, y'all can get that.
Yeah.
Stay up and this down.
We're going to give you a microphone.
Social media. Right? Because I'm in the back.
You are there.
And I be up here, and I'm like, I got my shoulder, I got my arm out.
So y'all can definitely give us feedback on this episode. Let us know what you all think about the topics discussed today. Shoot, we might have to end this, y'all, because it is after 2 a.m.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting to that time where we got to get some rest. Like, I barely sleep anymore.
I know, man. Let me tell you, I'm so dead right now. I really am.
So who's talking right now?
Yeah, Michelle is not here. She's had a pretty active week this week.
Shoot, I feel like I
How do you
never
know?
get sleep.
Huh? You know she had an active
We were
week.
just talking about this.
Yeah, before you got here, since you came late. Were
just
you
went
late?
up.
No, I was not. look, Michelle, you already trying to throw me under the bus. Yeah, because you was late. No, I wasn't, bro. Like, I actually was here at 8:28 p.m. Thank you very much. So therefore, I was not late. Like, you tried it. I have not been late since we said we weren't going to be late. This, on the other hand.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
actually
you were
early today.
She was
I
the
was
first
actually the
one
first one here.
No, I'm not talking about that.
I understand.
Usually you're not.
Let's talk about what's in the garage now. Let's talk about what's happening
At this
now.
moment.
In
Okay,
this
at this moment, I wasn't late, neither were you.
We're all on time.
All on time, okay.
That's the story.
It's
we
recorded, marked in history. We were all on time this day.
See, good. Trying to catch me. Trying to pin me down. You were you late? No, I wasn't. Oh, shoot. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but anything else you want to say?
Well, yeah, just subscribe.
It's okay.
Subscribe.
You know,
Bro, it's bringing her to tears. She is so, encouraged right now to let y'all know.
hey, you did get us on
Please
YouTube.
do,
You can
yes.
subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at It's After 2 a.m. And
Follow our individual profiles as well. You can find us on our links on there.
Yeah.
DM Ami. Her DMs are open.
Don't listen to Shamel. She needs to get some rest.
You're right. I'm tired.
But yeah, y'all, we're gonna be out and about, especially if you're in the Dallas, Fort Worth area. We're gonna be hitting up events and stuff like that, and we're gonna be posting that on our pages and our Instagram stories and stuff like that. So that's how you'll be able to keep up with
What we doing? What moves we making?
Yeah.
$1 million moves.
If anybody has any events, any what
Meetups.
else? Yeah, hangouts. Hit us up.
Hit us up as well. Drop that link as well. We definitely want to connect with everybody.
For sure.
So I think.
All right. Yeah. I guess it's after motherfucking 2 a.m.
Bow.